It's an exciting time of the year for the Amistad Center for Art and Culture. It's a museum within a museum, and it's a pretty extraordinary collection of 7,000 works of art, artifacts, and even archived documents. More than 300 years of African-American experience here in America. And joining me now is Frank Mitchell. He is the Assistant Director and Curator of the Amistad Center for Art and Culture. Welcome, Frank.
Thanks for having me.
Now, Frank, before we start talking here a little bit, I have to point out your outfit. You are a sharp-dressed man. Can you show the shoes there? They're very stylish. Check those out, guys. I don't know if you can see them. So now we can get into things after that. So, Frank, for people who are maybe new to Connecticut or are not familiar with the story, most people know, but tell us in a brief amount of time about the Amistad story.
So we are named in commemoration of the Amistad incident, which happened. African captives who took over or mutinied the ship that they were sailing on and sailed themselves here into Long Island Sound and came into New Haven, where they faced trial and won their victory and their freedom.
So obviously a lot of history here in New Haven, but also in Hartford at the Wadsworth, which is where your display and your center is. Tell us a little bit about the reopening.
So we have been closed for a year. The Amistad Center began in 1987, and we've been in galleries at the Wadsworth since then. The Wadsworth has been under renovation for a year, and so have we pretty much. Galleries above us have reopened recently, and our space had to change too. And so this past weekend, we opened with new galleries, a new study center we're calling the John H. Motley Study, honoring our former board president of both institutions and sort of a long-time mover and shaker, and someone who's given quite generously to the institution. Lots of great work has come to us through John Motley, and this study honors him, and it's a place people can come and hang out, do a little research, relax, see the collection in a different way. And
it's a very important story to share and for people to know. So I think it's great for kids who are home off of school, or maybe moms who are home with their children or families. So this is a great thing to do during the week. On the weekends, what are some of the big takeaways from the center?
We have a new exhibition that we've reopened the center with. It's called This Is My Story, This Is My Song. And it is sort of a big picture take on the role that Black musicians and writers have made in changing African American history. So starting with people like Frederick Douglass and other slave narrators, Solomon Northup, who took control of their lives by writing these narratives and sort of created a prototype for other writers and musicians to come forward and act as activists.
And then what are some of the things that we might find in the center? What are some of the artifacts and some of the things that we might find?
Well, for this exhibition, we're featuring books and sheet music that came to us from the founding collector, Randolph Lindsley Simpson. He lived here in Northford, kind of in New Haven County. Well, actually, maybe not New Haven County, but in New Haven region, sort of outside Branford, and collected for a long time. He was really, really inspired by Frederick Douglass and Abe Lincoln, and built this amazing cache of objects, which he had in his farmhouse. And our founders bought the collection and moved it to Hartford. We don't often show the books and sheet music. They're kind of hard to show, so a big priority in this renovation was opening with the chance to show something we don't always show. So the sheet music, it's fun. He was a singer, so we've got some great jazz music, we've got some American standards, and we've got some music that's kind of parlor music, Civil War era, that's a little edgier to show. Yeah, people have to come see it.
So you have to go to.
You got to go. You got to come check it out, and that's something we haven't shown before.
Well, that's a good little shameless plug there. Now we can actually go there and check it out. Frank,
yeah, you definitely have to.
Thank you so much for your time today. It's a great story, and I look forward to checking it out over there in
come
Hartford. It's going to be a lot of fun.